Hey everybody, this is Dominic, and in this video I want to share something that is pretty simple and is something that I tend to take for granted because I use it all the time. But if you're not aware of it, it can actually save you quite a bit of time, and that is keyboard shortcuts. There are a number of keyboard shortcuts that I use when I'm using my computer, and they work in Chrome as well as other web browsers. But what I want to do is I just want to demonstrate some of the most common keyboard shortcuts I use because they're going to save you time when you're using Canvas, and they can also be used in other web pages and other applications. Actually, a lot of these shortcuts work in all manner of applications in Windows. I should point out the shortcuts I will show in this video are for Windows. If you use Mac OS, there are equivalent shortcuts, but they would use different keystrokes, typically the Command keystroke. But in any case, I'm going to show you just a few of the keyboard shortcuts that I use and may help save you some time. So, to demonstrate these, I'm going to use Canvas. Now, the first one that I'm going to show you is one that's useful on any web page that you use. Doesn't have to be Canvas, could be any website anywhere on the internet, and that is Control F. So when I press Control F, what this is it allows me to find something on the web page that I'm on. So when I hit Control F, you'll see this little search box pops up. And now I can type in a keyword. So let's say I've got this page here that I'm looking at, and I'm trying to find the word Mac OS. I know it's somewhere on here. Rather than searching around and trying to find it, I'll just type in Mac OS. Oops. And you'll see it jumps right to it and highlights it for me. I can do this with any keyword that I want. Maybe I just want the @ symbol. I want to find every place in this web page where the @ symbol's at. So here you can see it's highlighted. And if I click the arrows, it's going to jump to the next one. There, there, there. And then it jumps me back up to the first one. Okay, so this is a great way to save some time if you just want to find a keyword on a web page that you're looking at. So Control F, that's the first keyboard shortcut. The next keyboard shortcut, I'm going to edit this page really quick. This one is really handy if you are working on a page in Canvas, and that is select everything. And that is done with Control A. Now, really quick, I want to demonstrate how this one works. If I choose to not click into the text area down here and I hit Control A, what's going to happen is it selects everything on this web page. Now, that's generally not what I want to do because I don't want to select all of this stuff. This is not stuff I want to mess with. In the case of Canvas, I want to edit the parts of my page. So to do that, I'm going to click in the text box area right here. It doesn't really matter where I click, just somewhere inside of the text box. And now if I hit Control A, it selects everything inside that text box. You can see everything is highlighted with Control A. Okay, now that brings me to my next keyboard shortcut, which is Control X and Control C. These two do similar things, but not the same. Control X is to cut, and Control C is to copy. So if I do Control C right now, well, nothing happened, but what did happen is that I did a copy. And so I could delete what's on my page right now by hitting backspace or delete. Either one works. And you see everything's gone. Okay. If I want to bring it back, so I did a Control C earlier. To bring it back, I'm going to paste it. And to paste, you're going to use Control V. I hit Control V. And there's all my stuff back. I pasted it back in. Okay. Instead of Control C, I could have also done a Control X to cut instead of copy. So first of all, I'm going to hit Control A to select everything again. This time I'll do a Control X, and that will cut as opposed to copy. Okay, so Control X, cut, Control C, copy, and Control V, paste. And to select everything, it's Control A. Okay. Now I could paste my work here and hit save. I'm just going to hit cancel because that way I don't need to worry about anything weird happening. Okay. The last shortcut that I want to show you is one that can be useful, especially if you're on a web page where weird things are happening. The keyboard key F5. F5 on your keyboard by default is used to refresh the web page. Okay. Now it's important. This depends on what computer you're using and what keyboard you have. Some keyboards have a function lock key. You need to have that turned on so you can press F5. So just to give you an example, on my Surface, the F5 key is also the volume down key. If the function lock is turned off, then if I hit that, my volume goes down. But if I turn function on, I'll hit the function key, and then I'll hit F5. That refreshes the web page for me. Okay. So, I mean, that's kind of useful that you can refresh the page by hitting F5. But the one that I really want to show you here is Control F5. If I hit Control F5, this is called a forced refresh. When I hit that, what happens is it refreshes the page, but in doing so, it deletes all of the temporary information that my computer knows about this web page that I'm looking at. And what it does is it clears all that information out, and then it pulls down fresh information from the servers and displays that on my computer. The reason this is useful is that sometimes your computer will have information about the web page that you're looking at that it will store on itself just to make it load faster for you in the future. But sometimes that information is actually out of date or it has some issue. And so you can force your computer to say, hey, wipe that clean. I want you to show me the web page fresh from the server. So Control F5 is the way you can do that. Okay. One more, actually. There's one other keyboard shortcut I want to show you. Going back to the copy, cut, and paste shortcuts that I showed you earlier. There's another type of paste that you can do. I want to demonstrate this for you. So right now, let's take this header right here about your instructor. I'm going to highlight that. I'll do a Control C to copy it. Okay. And let's go down to this paragraph right here. And if I do a Control V, a paste, you'll see that it pastes in the text, and it pasted it in as a header with the font color and the bold font that I had chosen for that header earlier. So basically, it pasted not only the text, but also the formatting of the text. Okay. Well, what if I wanted to just paste the text with no formatting? Or I wanted the text to match the formatting of where it's being pasted to. Can I do that? Yes, you can. This also brings me to another shortcut, which I forgot to mention. I can't believe I forgot this one. This one's really important. And that is Control Z. Control Z is undo. So if I click Control Z, that's my undo. This is really useful in Canvas. Hitting Control Z, I mean, because there is no undo button that you can see when you're working on a page in Canvas, but Control Z is indeed an undo. Now, I copied my header earlier. I want to paste it here in my paragraph, but I don't want to bring all that font color and bold and everything with it. How do I do that? I do it with Control Shift V. Okay, so Control V is paste, but Control Shift V is paste, but just bring the text over. So if I hit that, Control Shift V, so there you can see is my text, but with no font color, no heading, no bold. It just matches the text that I pasted in. If I were to copy this text right here, my name's Dominic Slauson, Control C. I'll go up here to the header. I'll just put my cursor right here. If I do Control Shift V, you can see it matches that text to the destination. So now it took that text and made it into the header style. Okay, so Control Shift V is how you can bring text over, but make sure it matches the destination of where you're pasting it. I'll do a Control Z to undo that. And again, I'll just hit cancel rather than trying to save it. Okay, so those are some keyboard shortcuts that I use frequently when I am just browsing the web, but especially when I'm using Canvas. So play around with those, and it may take some time for you to get used to those, and remember which one is which, but give yourself the opportunity to learn these, because honestly, I think it's going to be a really useful skill to be able to use some of these keyboard shortcuts. Thanks for watching.